Well, now I want to turn to a subject that we haven't talked about on the show before, vacuum farming for model railroading. And Keith Stamper is going to be with us this evening to discuss this. So, Keith, welcome and thank you so much for doing this.
Hi, everybody. Thank you. I need to share my screen, so just give me one little minute here to get set up. I was so busy watching that I turned my PowerPoint off. Not too clever, eh?
And Pat, can you get him on the screen?
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
good. I'm good. I just need to share my screen. That's all. Just bear with me. All right, here we go. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Um, can you see my screen, guys?
No.
I can't. I cannot.
Can you see
There
it
we are.
now? All
Now,
right,
now, now.
Now
slideshow.
we're cooking.
Play from the start. Okay, so a while back, I earned my car certificate, my rolling stock certificate as part of my MMR, and I built a combine. And I think I made a presentation on this to you
Mhm.
guys.
Yep.
Anyway, the car was totally scratch built, apart from, of course, the wheels and the couplers and such. So I decided to make a vacuum box in a very simple device. So what I did is I took some scrap lumber, in fact, bits and pieces that were left over from our kitchen renovation, and I ran the wood through my table saw and made a little box. Well, a smallish box. It's about 8 by 16 inches. I cut a hole in the end of it for a vacuum pipe to go in, and you see those little slots that I've cut into the wood there. I'll talk about those later. There was a reason for my madness, but I'll tell you about it in a minute. So the hole in the end is where the vacuum pipe went in, and I can connect my shop vac to this box. Simple nozzle on the shop vac, which is something that came with the machine. It's just a Craftsman shop vac, which I've had for about 35 years, and believe it or not, it still works. So the bottom of the box, I just sealed it. I glued and nailed it down to make it nice and airtight. And on top, I got a piece of perf board. And as you can see, the perf board sits inside this lip in the box. Once I had the perf board on the box, I made an aluminum frame to fit around the outside edge. And that's why I had to cut those notches, because I riveted the frames together and the rivets fouled on the box. And then I put these little tabs on the side here, which I'll explain, hold a mirror image of this frame. So I made two of these frames. One sits on top of the other, and they clamp a piece of 40 thou or 30 thou, whatever you like to use, styrene in the center. So I use these clamps, these simple paper clamps. Um, you're going to put this in the oven, so you may want to wear gloves. Things get awfully hot. So there you can see the clamp holding the two halves of the aluminum frame together. And the car roof I decided to build looked something like, as you see in this picture. This is the end of the combine that I built. This is the prototype. These are drawings that were in the Narrow Gauge Gazette by Harry Brunk. So in order to form the roof, to get this curvature, I made a form like this. And then I went to Lowe's or Home Depot or somewhere like that, and I bought some modeling or fine wood without any knots or anything. I think they call it hobby wood, not Hollywood, hobby wood. And I formed the shape of the roof by dragging it backwards and forwards through this form, which I'd glued or attached sandpaper to, about 80 grit sandpaper. And I managed to create two pieces, one for the clerestory and one for the car roof. Once I had that done, I had my two pieces, which I placed one on top of the other to make sure they were a good fit. And some methodology here. So once you've got your box made, if you've got your simple vacuum box made, you preheat your oven to about 300 degrees, place the styrene into that aluminum frame, use the clamps to hold it firmly together and place the frame with the styrene into the oven on the middle rack and heat for about 5 minutes. Power on the shop vac, remove the heated frame and use your gloves. Press the frame onto the box over the wooden forms and press it down gently. You put those wooden forms on top of the masonite, and as you pull a vacuum, it'll pull the styrene down over the form and create a shape. Once you're done with that, you just turn off the vacuum cleaner and let it cool for a while, and then you can cut and shape the pieces of styrene. Why am I starting my video? What's that? That just came up on my screen. Host asked me to start my video.
So I can see your picture in the video too.
Can you see me?
No, I can't see your picture, but I can see your screen.
Okay, good. That's what you want, right?
Yeah, but I need you to click on your stop video.
Stop my video?
See where it's
Aha.
crossed over
Yeah,
on your
okay.
video?
All right, it's off now.
Right at the bottom.
Yeah, I turned it off. Okay.
Turn it on,
Turn it on again?
please.
Okay.
There we go.
All right. Oh, on. There we go.
Thank you.
All right. Here we go. So I just buy sheet styrene. I buy the large sheets from the local hobby shop in Hamilton, Ontario, and use that as my material for my vacuum roof. I've actually made 2 vacuum roofs. I built a rail bus as well. This is now stuck. I can't advance it. I don't know what's going on. Here we go. So as you can see here, this material, and then I've cut the shape that I'd formed in the vacuum box out. There you can see the 2 pieces. So those are 2 pieces of styrene that I formed over those wooden forms that I showed you earlier in the vacuum box. So there you see the roof of the car after I'd completed it. I bought clerestory windows from Grantline and used them along the edge. And that's it. I think it's pretty much basically what I did. I mean, there's a few more slides here, but I don't want to take up a lot of time because this is a very simple subject. So I got a merit award for it and I'm happy. Okay, so that's it, guys. If you've got any questions, fire away. I'll be happy to answer them.
What grade of plastic did you use for the forming?
I used 30 thou styrene, sheet styrene.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, it's worked very well. I built a rail bus as well, and I just used the this one, the lower piece. I just made a lower section like that and cut it and made the roof for my rail bus. All right, any other questions, anybody?
I think it's fantastic. I'd never thought about doing that. I think that's wonderful.
Well, you know, Jim, it's not actually my idea. I'm not going to take credit for it being my idea. It was in the Gazette in 1979, I think somebody did it.
Yeah.
And a friend of mine out west did a beautiful car. He built a narrow gauge parlor car, and he did the same thing. He also formed a vacuum formed a roof, made a vacuum box. And making the box is easy. I mean, anybody who can do basic carpentry can just make a box like that. And
Yeah.
a friend of mine does model cars, and he has borrowed my vacuum box to do parts for his cars as well.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, it works great. That's a simple, clunky tool, you know.
Yeah, neat idea.
Yep.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you doing this evening because, like I said, I'd never thought about doing that, and this doesn't seem that difficult.
Okay. You're welcome, guys. Thank you. Thanks for listening.